All right, now Precious is here, so the meeting could officially begin. Good. Oh, I don't even know if she heard that. Oh, well. Hi, Sherry. Sherry, on video and everything.
Oh, don't do that.
Come on, I feel really good about it. All right, we'll give everybody another minute. I think the HR team has created a little bit of a jam-packed schedule here, and if anybody's going to miss something, I'd rather it be me than any of them. So we'll give it another minute and then get started. Hey, Bev.
Hi, Rich.
I see everybody actually put on clothes today. Nobody's not wearing pajamas. All right. I had to find a sweater.
I must comment on that, Rich. I got up and tried to get glammed up for y'all today, so enjoy.
I appreciate it, Terry. You look great.
Hey everyone, it's Laura from Delaware. Michael wants to say hi, and then we're going to go back on mute.
All right.
Hey, Sue.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Sue called me.
Hi, Michael.
Okay, Michael, I'm
Sue
gonna
called me right now.
I'm gonna call you.
In the meeting, when you're done, call me.
I'll call you after the meeting.
Sherry,
Okay,
call-
I will.
There's
Sherry,
a whole bunch of people here, see?
Okay,
All right.
I promise. After the meeting, I'm gonna call you.
Okay, I'm
All
gonna,
right.
I'm gonna put you back on mute. So you can
Hi,
just talk,
Michael.
okay?
Hey, John Jackson. Who called my name?
That's right.
Hey, Ron.
All right, we're gonna go back on mute.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, George.
Hello.
George.
Hey, everybody. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to
Happy
you.
Friday.
Happy Friday, George.
Hey, Ro.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Ryan, is that okay? All right.
Go for it.
Thank you.
Judges accept that?
What's that?
The judges accept that?
Yes. I only got an 8.5 because I didn't stick the landing, but we're going to go with it. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Town Hall and happy Friday. Today, HR is going to take the lead and really share a little bit about them. And I'm very excited to brag on that team a little bit and introduce them. So they asked me to start things off. And so I am going to go ahead and do that and kind of move through a few of the normal agenda items. First, Precious was kind enough to send us some information. So I want to share where we are with COVID. Let's see, people we support positives. We have one person in DC, 0 people in Delaware, so that's down 1. Great news. 0 people in New York, and so that's down 1. Again, good news. And a total of 1, so that's also down 1 person. So that's moving in the right direction, but obviously, you know, we're hearing about the variants and something to continue to be cautious about. Vaccines for the people we support. We have 2 folks in New York who've been vaccinated. In Tennessee, we have a total of 42 and 20 in Virginia. And it looks like my numbers might be off because it looks like we're up to 106. So please keep getting those vaccinations. I know it's a personal decision and there's a lot that goes into it, but certainly anything we can do to support you being safe and your loved ones. Also, and I'll ask Precious to put some information into the chat about links for finding those vaccination times and centers in each of your locations. With hospitalizations, unfortunately, we do have 2 folks from our Harlan Morris program who are in the hospital, and certainly thoughts and prayers with them on a quick recovery. Staff positives, we do have 1 person in DC, but that is down 2. We have 1 staff person in Delaware, that's down 3. 1 new person in New York, and so that's a total of 3, but we are down 5, I believe, from last week. So that's good news. And then the staff vaccinations, we have 15 staff in DC, 3 in Delaware, 4 in New York, a total of 21 in Tennessee, and 31 in Virginia. So again, please consider getting the vaccination. Again, I know a lot goes into that, but for us and those we serve, this pandemic and this virus has certainly taken a toll. So, you know, this has been a challenging week. I don't know if anybody else has experienced it, but you know, between the cold weather, watching the struggles in Texas and across the country, even with the COVID numbers going down, watching the death toll continue to slowly go up, and just really, my heart is really broken for the people who are continuing to struggle. So let's have a moment of silence for those who are struggling in Texas and around our country in the cold and without the food and resources they need, and people struggling with COVID and certainly the ongoing challenges of isolation. So please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. Precious, just I'm going to pause for a second. I know you'd sent some other information about testing and the pandemic. Was there anything else related to COVID that you wanted to make sure we highlighted today?
No, Rich, but I believe you were going to talk about just, you know, making sure that folks remember that once they get their vaccination, if they would kindly share it. Now, it is a requirement to make sure you upload that into Paycom for DC, but we're preparing for OSHA requirements. As you know, probably way before we were born, TB was not a mandated thing that we had to monitor, and now it is mandated. So now, just as COVID is new to us, even though it feels like, you know, it's been here now forever, COVID is new to us. We anticipate that OSHA will start requiring us to monitor that. But in, you know, just while you know that you did it, you know, if you can just communicate with that to us. Now in 3 states now, they are asking us to send their raw numbers, not, you know, anything about who you are, just how many people at your organization in that state have been vaccinated and how many people that we support have been vaccinated. The people we support are easy because we have to keep documentation anyway, but for the staff, is we want to communicate the numbers. Now, while it may not be something like an OSHA requirement yet, those numbers help the states to figure out how many more vaccinations they need to order or how many appointments they need to make sure are there. So if you can just kindly make sure that you upload if you do get vaccinated, upload it into Paycom, very easy. And then that way we will have that information. Thank you.
Thank you, Precious. You know, I always appreciate that amidst everything else, you try to keep on top of all this data for reporting purposes. And certainly if you have any trouble uploading any of this data into Paycom, please reach out to your state rep and they can give you a hand. So we're going to move into the leadership team updates. Sherry, you ready to go first? You don't want to go first? It's either you or Bessie.
No, I'll go. That's fine. You know,
All right.
2 seconds and I'm out.
All right.
No, just quick update. The first one is PN3, and I know a lot of you guys here may be familiar with it. So I just want to let you guys know that there's a little bit of changes in that platform, and I know Sina has been going over detail by detail of the changes. So again, if you do have questions, just send us an email and we could walk through. It's just minor changes, but I know sometimes when we see things, we want to make sure that before we approve, that it's correct. So again, just ask us and we will go through it with you. And I know Beverly's here. Beverly's, anything that you want to say about payroll?
No, I think that's on the agenda and one of the HR people are going to bring that forth. So
Okay, awesome. Okay, otherwise we're going strong as a finance team and still collecting revenue and looking at expenses, and pretty much that's us.
Brittany's apparently doing a happy dance for you.
I know.
Better not. Yeah, you guys are doing a great job, Sherry. Thank you so much. Bessie, how about the marketing and development team?
Sure. So the big things that we have going on right now is that in 2 weeks, March is Developmental Disabilities Month, and we have a campaign planned around that that includes engagement and also fundraising. So as part of that, there will be some emails going out. Amanda has been able to gather a lot of stories. Thank you guys for sharing them that she's going to be putting out in the universe with that. And we'll be mailing out a newsletter as the campaign that month. So be on the lookout for that. Our grants are going well. We're setting up some meetings with different staff members and the grant team as they look to build what I call the information infrastructure on our programs. And that's a big tongue twister for me in my list there. So, but anyway, so be on the lookout. I will be sending emails to people that she'll be meeting with, and she's going to start with one program and then move on to the other programs. So we'll be having more of those meetings in the future as well. Those are the big
Excellent.
things.
Thank you. Thank you, Bessie. And I don't know if everybody noticed, but Sandra, that white, that hat, you look fresh. It's a good look for you. All right. Nice job. We were going to have some guests today. Is Elizabeth or Lisa from Cigna on the call? No, I don't see them yet. I didn't see any emails from them. They send some health tips to us from time to time, and we're going to take a couple minutes and share a bit. I'll try to keep an eye out for them. So I'm going to hand this over in a minute, but before I do, I just wanted to share a little bit about sort of this journey with HR and really what we've accomplished and our vision moving forward. It's hard to believe, but it's almost been 11 months ago that I kind of moved into this role. If you can remember back then, COVID-19 was on the news and in other countries, and all of a sudden it was here, and we were all trying to figure out what it was going to do, how we were going to survive it, how long it was going to last. You know, I give Alan a lot of credit. I think he and the leadership team very quickly made a determination that this was going to be a long-lasting kind of crisis for us, and we needed to prepare and think about it in the long term. Alan and the team had asked me to kind of step into HR at that point, kind of under the idea that really supporting our team and protecting our team through this process was probably our greatest strategic initiative. And so, you know, I had stepped in with that thought in mind. You know, in working with this team, you know, I can share that one of the things that has really motivated me and motivated us is just how honored we are and proud of the team we really are, that the frontline staff who every day are risking their life and their health to really provide that level of safety and health for those they serve have really inspired us. And we have really taken that on as our own personal challenge, that our job in many ways in HR is to try to provide this team with that same level of care and support and compassion that you provide to those we serve. And that really has become the underlying mission for what drives us within HR. Now, you know, I know that we're not where we want to be. We really want to provide better support. We want to provide more timely information. And we really want to better support you and your families during those times when you're in crisis and need. And so while we've got a ways to go, I'm also incredibly proud of the heart and the work of this team. And what I've asked them to do is really take the lead here to create an opportunity for you to get to know them and really kind of have them share their heart and the work they're doing behind the scenes every day. So with that, I'm going to introduce you to Ro. Ro, going to make sure I see you. All right, Ro, take it away.
All righty. Thanks, Rich. Hi, everyone. Hi, St. John's team. I know I normally don't be on the camera a whole lot. Most times I be listening on my phone and working on my computer, but it's a pleasure to see everyone's face and join everyone today. The HR team, we're hosting, and we just want to shed a light on ourselves. So a lot of employees, they're not so familiar with us.
Let me cut my camera off for just a second.
they're not so familiar with us. My journey in HR started more than 12 years ago, so I'm very familiar with a lot of the employees. In fact, from working in finance, you know, I travel in different states in Tennessee, Virginia, Delaware, you know, so I'm a little familiar with the employees. But today we're gonna have most of the state office managers. You're gonna have a face to match with the team. I gained so much experience and appreciate everyone and everything that contributed to my great experience here at St. John's. In fact, I came to St. John's through a temp agency, and I chose St. John's out of 2 other options because I was drawn to the purpose of this organization. After so many years, I am proud of what we do, and we are doing it for why we need to continue our mission. We have a greater vision with today's technology and with magnificent team leaders to inspire everyone to and do their best. As one of the leader in HR, I'm so inspired and looking forward for growth and achievement that we accomplish. And definitely, is my camera on?
Yep, you're on.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, with technology and our great leadership, we are definitely inspired to do our best. We are at a state right now where we can do so much with technology and our great leadership. As one of the leaders in HR, I'm also inspired and looking forward for the growth and achievement that we accomplish in the near future. In HR, we're working diligently and advancing our systems for efficiency. And I can assure everyone that the human resource team, we are working for you. With Rich at our side, he's been a great inspirational leader, and where he took us from where he picked us up from to where we're going, we're so grateful. In fact, we care deeply to do better, and we're definitely putting things in place to fulfill this purpose. I work with a great team, and I also love and is very grateful for everyone team's effort. Most of all, I'm very grateful for Rich. He's such an inspirational leader, and he's just a breath of fresh air when you need it. Anytime you want a fresh air, just call Rich, that's it. And also the ladies in HR. The ladies in HR, they're awesome people to have as teammate. They normally go above and beyond their duties every day to keep HR afloat. I love them all, and you will see and meet every one of them today. So you'll be able to put a face to a name. And we also in HR, we work closely with Beverly and payroll, the finance team, the staffing coordinators, Precious, the directors, many other team players who contribute greatly to our daily efforts and success. So on behalf of the HR team, I just want to thank and to say that we really appreciate everyone and thank everyone for always helping us in HR. And I can tell you, working in HR is very interesting because every day something new will surprise you. It's just an HR thing. So I can tell you from being in the state, in finance, I can do the comparison. HR is interesting. There's so many challenges to overcome, and you really can't plan your work, but you just have to love doing it. So just in case anyone is wondering why I left finance, DC State, and now I'm in the home office in HR, is just because I really love the different personalities in people, and know with the love that I have, plus my experience, also relationship with others, I can be very useful in HR to encourage many of you to continue to fulfill our great mission. In fact, love is one of my main passion in life. To me, it's a lifestyle and a daily way of life. You have to consciously practice with others for it to blossom and become your reality. And you have to constantly fill yourself up with it to be able to share it the right way with others. And for me, love is kindness. It's not being rude. It will also never fail you eventually. Love is one of the most powerful energy in the universe to me. And we all should strive to fill ourselves up with it regardless of anything. For the company and what St. John's is and the core of St. John's, I can see it. It's love. And that is what attract me to this company. And I would advise anyone, always make sure you see love, you speak love, you hear love, you give love, you maintain love in your heart every day for yourself and for others. One thing that feeds the love that I have within me is music, in which I love music with the right vibration. And you always have to make sure you feed your soul with lots of music that have love within it. That is one thing I really can't live without. Music is what feeds me. Okay, enough about me. That's a little glimpse of me. But for anyone who would like to know a little bit more about me, please always feel free to call me anytime. It's okay to call me just to chat. I can be an open book. That wouldn't be challenging for me because it just comes easy. And I would definitely like to hear from more of my fellow workmates. I am here in HR for a purpose. In fact, my email address is rcrandon@sjcs.org. My telephone number is 202-267-6500, and my extension is 1016. So please feel free to call me anytime. As COVID-19 fades and HR become much more manageable, my desire is to be more present in most of the state as one of the face of HR. My mission here at HR is for us to be easily accessible, for every employee to have the tools for efficiency. It's a work in progress, but we are on the mission. Trust me, we're on it. If at any time you're looking for answers from HR, please make sure you contact your state office manager first. If the state office manager need any more answers to resolve the issue, they will contact us in home office within a timely manner for you. Also, please utilize all of the technologies that we have in place for us to maintain efficiency. Our systems are improving tremendously. So please, let's work together as a great unit for effectiveness. Always remember HR is customer service for each of you. And please use us to the best of your abilities because we're here to serve all of you. For home office to better serve you, to serve everyone, we have a great addition to our team, our HR specialist, who was recently hired. And she's a great asset for us to achieve our goals sooner than later. And it is with great honor, I just would like to present to you the next speaker, who is one of my teammates and another passionate HR personnel. And she is no other than the gorgeous Gloria. So Gloria, take it over, dear.
Thank you, Renita. You're so sweet. All right. Hi, everybody. This is exciting, and I am very honored and happy to be here as a part of the newest member of the HR team at St. John's Community Services. And I can echo a lot of what Renita said in terms of love. And I think, and so now I've been here it'll be 90 days real soon. When I think of St. John's, just based on my experiences, I do think of love and how St. John's loves the community and the people who we serve. But also, you know, we love working together, and we love being a team. And as our team grows, there's so many things that we're going to do in HR to help make, you know, St. John's an even better place to work than what it is currently. My role, I've been, well, my title is HR specialist, but I do a little bit of everything. So I kind of specialize in everything. So I would say I'm more of a generalist, but, you know, I do a little bit of everything. So my background, I think many of you have heard before, but I bring a lot of years of human resources experience, greater than 20. I'm going to tell my age, but greater than 20. And so I've studied HR, since I finished my undergrad degree, and I actually teach HR at Washington Adventist University. I've been teaching there for just over 20 years. I've been teaching HR. I also teach communication at Prince George's Community College. So as you might have guessed, I love to teach and train and coach. That's one of my core competencies. But I also have, again, experience in a lot of different areas, everything from compensation to performance management to employee relations, staffing, just a whole bunch. And so when I saw the job announcement here, I was very much attracted to it. I thought I'd apply, and within a couple of days, Diamond Nia sent me an email and a phone call, and here I am. So it's really been a great experience so far. I'm very busy. It's a very, very busy place, but all the same, just very, very well. I want to share with you one slide. I do want to talk a little bit about how we are making, as Renita said, and Rich mentioned also, a lot of changes here in HR. So we all know about Paycom. And in Paycom, we're moving over our performance management processes from paper-based to electronic. And so at some point in the near future, we're going to train everybody from the staff, certainly the managers and leaders, on Paycom and on performance management in Paycom and how to use it. The other thing is that I want to focus on specifically today is Gallup, right? So we all know that the Gallup, we have the Gallup survey to help us, my slide here. To help us identify some areas where we can be stronger and make some improvements. And so your feedback is really, really important to us. So we do want you to know that we encourage you to provide your feedback if you haven't done so as yet. We need it. We're depending on you to share with us, what you think about the organization. There are only 12 questions. It doesn't take very long to complete it. It is in fact confidential. So just for your FYI, the Gallup organization is collecting the data, not SJCS. And so when we ask you for your survey code, which is your employee ID, that never comes to us. So Gallup cannot share with SJCS who responded how. So we'll never know, who said what. Our job is to get the data in a collective format so that we can start to, make some improvements and some changes. So please, while it's not required, we urge you to complete the Gallup survey. The link is at the bottom here. I'm going to put it in the chat also. So if you haven't done it yet, again, you can complete the surveys. Yeah. Copy.
And Gloria, that's the general link, right? So for people who are having trouble or have not been able to find it in their emails, this is the general link. The only thing here is you will need your staff ID, which is the, sorry, what's the term they're using for it? It's the
what they call the survey code.
Yeah, the survey code.
Yeah. And so what you'll do is, in order to find your staff ID, and I sent something out to the SOMs, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and you may have seen it already. If not, then you will. But we spelled out instructions on how to identify, to get your staff ID in Paycom. You can get it on your check stub. It's there in Paycom. So what I'll do, I'll pull up the message that I sent to the SOMs in just a little bit, and I'll put it in the chat. And there'll be step-by-step instructions on how to identify your employee ID if you don't know it by heart. So that's a little bit about me. Again, I'm in the home office. I don't know my phone number, but I do have my email address. And it's just gthornwell@sjcs.org. And I'm available to answer questions and to help out, with any HR-related items. We had a great performance management training this morning. That was really cool. And I think that is all. So I don't have anything else right now. So I'm going to now turn it over to tremendous Tanya in Tennessee.
Can I ask?
Hi, everyone. Oh, go ahead, Amanda.
Sorry, Gloria. Have you sent this general Gallup link out in email?
I did. I sent it to the SOMs. I think it was yesterday or the day before, along with instructions.
Okay.
And it's
so
been
that-
sent out by SCOM as well. I sent it
Yes, by
yesterday.
By
Yes.
SCOM. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sure.
You're welcome. Okay,
Tremendous
I guess I'm
time.
up next. All right.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tanya Rushing. I'm the State Office Manager, HR Representative for the great state of Tennessee. If you see in the background, that's the Great Smoky Mountains. There is snow currently in my area. I'm not anywhere near the Smoky Mountains, by the way, but I do have snow. But those are the Great Smoky Mountains in my backdrop, and there is beautiful snow on there. Most people don't like snow. I like snow. So a little bit about me. I've been part of this great team since 2012. Previous to that, I worked for the company very similar to St. John's. I started this career in 2009. And then July the 1st, 2012, my former company merged with St. John's, and it has been an adventure ever since. I've met some of the greatest people from home office. I've been to DC. It's just been really a blessing to myself and to my family. Great management teams, our frontline workers, guys, y'all are the greatest. Your dedication to our mission is very inspiring. Your compassion, your hard work drives me to be better and more productive, so that I can provide a level of service that is beneficial and compliant. There are many things to love about St. John's. I'm going to talk about a couple of them because I could go on and on and on, and there's just not enough time, right? So one of the many things I appreciate about St. John's is the company-sponsored long-term disability insurance with Lincoln. If you're a full-time or a part-time staff member who works a minimum of 30 hours per week, you are eligible upon completion of 1 year of service. Another is our workers' compensation. Everyone, regardless of your status, is covered under workers' compensation. But when you are injured, it is very, very important for you to immediately report your injury, whether you feel it is great or small. You do so by going to your direct supervisor and then completing the incident report. If you're unfamiliar with the St. John's incident reports, there should be hard copies in every program, every home. We're hoping that inside of Paycom, we'll build all of this information inside of there and everything will be electronic. But just remember, please report your injury and complete your St. John's incident report before your shift ends. This is going to help ensure that you receive your treatment in a timely fashion. That's one of the things that I, as HR, that represents the state of Tennessee, I deal with day in and day out, and staff get really upset when they're not treated properly. And I never want you to feel that way ever, right? So let's start with first completing the incident report, letting your supervisor know. That way they can file a claim. Within 24 hours, you're going to receive a phone call, an email from a Sedgwick claims adjuster, and then you are going to work directly with that adjuster. And they're going to help you with treatments. They're going to help you with prescriptions, wage losses. It kind of takes that out of our hands, puts it into the people who can help you the most. So then you can direct your questions to them. But the only thing we're going to ask you to do, and please do this, is if you receive any restrictions from your physician, any time that you have to be off because of the injury, you need to report this to your direct supervisor and give them that supporting documentation that treating physician has given to you, okay? Outside of that, I do a lot of other things, a lot of employee relations, compliance with the state and our service providers. You can reach me anytime. My email address is trushing@sjcs.org. My phone number to the office is 731-207-0363. I'll give you my cell phone number. I'm available all the time, right? It's 270-627-6827. Okay, I'm going to turn this over because there are 2 HR SOMs in the state of Tennessee. And now I'm going to introduce to you the one who helps hold our team together, my colleague, the talented and the thoughtful Miss Terry Williams.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Save the applause for later if you want to. However, you can tell I am a jokester. I do love, love, love my team. I do love, love, love my leader. I came to St. John's a couple of years ago, and I'm going to give you the exact date because I see we're giving out numbers and dates and numbers and whatever. But I started here at St. John's on January the 14th, 2019. So that make my employment here for a little over 2 years. And I have to say, and I'm going to mention him because I do love, love, love him. Ryan Temple was the guy who brought me over because he and I had worked at another company together. I think he's a super guy, and he saw a talent in me that he thought St. John's could use. So that I thank him for. So when I started at St. John's, of course, I started out just for the Bartlett office, being the SOM for the Bartlett office. And that entailed a lot of duties that Tanya has already kind of expressed a couple of them. And then within 9 to 10 months, they added another office for me to be the SOM over. So I inquired 2 offices, that was Bartlett and Jackson. Moving forward, during the pandemic and so many other things going on, I kind of tried to hold down as best as I could the Jackson and Bartlett office, but there were a few changes, you know, in the year for me, which was fine. So instead of just being the SOM, which Tanya is doing a great job at doing those duties for the entire state of Tennessee, I now am the recruiter for the entire state of Tennessee. And with a challenge within that itself, I still love, love, love my job. I think the people that I bring in, I get like a sense of grace from them. That's one of my favorite words. And I think that the people that we bring in should also, partner with the people we serve. Because if anybody knows me, I love, love, love my staff, and I love, love, love the people we serve. So I want that combination to be A1, on point. Okay, so they give me a couple of titles in HR. I'm the SOM. I just told you that I'm doing the recruiting for the state of Tennessee. Well, they also call me Primetime. And the reason they do that is because sometimes I do have things to say that is uplifting, other times not so uplifting. So we're not going to talk about the not so uplifting, but the uplifting, the uplifting times, I just try to bring a little joy, kind of give you a little current event information, and how people may be feeling. And if I can give some healing, I would definitely do my best to do that, because I am a true believer, and I know my divine intervention comes from upstairs. And I hope everyone has had a look into upstairs, because that's where all of our help is from. So with that being said, I have a couple things that I'm going to leave with you today. My husband told me to title this, what did you say, honey? The word of the week. What did you say? The thought of the day. Good, better, best. Never let them rest until your good is better and your better is best. So that's what I try to give to you each day. Sometimes I may not get to where I want to be, but eventually I will get there. And I know that you guys are striving for the same thing too, because we all have the same end goal. We want to make sure that we have a successful company, and we want to make sure that the individuals we serve are in good care. So without further ado, I had another phrase that I was going to say, but I better keep that one to myself because I can't really pull it up right now. Y'all forgive me, but this is just the way I am. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to introduce to you guys one of the great regional directors for the state of Tennessee. Now, we have some great ones. He's just one of the great ones, and his name is Dwayne Webb. So take it away, Dwayne, and you guys can save your applause for me for later.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Terry. I wasn't quite expecting that right off the bat, but I'm going to go ahead and give the update for the state of Tennessee. We are experiencing some pretty severe weather we have this past week and a half. We've got some pretty traditional snowfalls, some ice that's created some issues for us this past week or so. But we are thawing out and look to be getting back to a normal routine as we head into next week. But just a few bullet points here that I'll touch on. We're currently working with Miss Meg Hagan on some grant topics, as Bessie had mentioned earlier, starting to roll those out, as well as with the marketing team concerning business development and some strategic alliances within our areas of operation here in the state of Tennessee. We also continue to expand on enabling technology and really are pushing that progress across the state. We have several projects underway that are taking shape at the various locations that we serve. We've even used enabling technology in light of our recent inclement weather to keep touch with our staff and with the individuals during this difficult time. We've used that technology to send out boil water alerts, et cetera, just to make sure that everybody's safe and well taken care of. We continue to work towards filling our many vacancies that we have within the state. We have hired a new nurse for the Jackson Bartlett area. Miss Ashley Mullen will joining our team. And she comes to us with many years of experience. So we want to take this opportunity to welcome her on board. So Ashley, welcome to the team. We also continue to look to fill other vacancy factors that we are experiencing. We have an admission coordinator's position at Harlan Morris that has been accepted, and that new team member will be joining the St. John's family within the next couple of weeks once she completes her onboarding in that regard. And lastly, but definitely not least, I want to give a shout out to all of our staff that have gone above and beyond during this recent stint of bad weather to keep the individuals well cared for and safe. Those that have reported for shift have stayed overnight and provided coverage on short notice. In this crisis, we can't thank you guys enough for your dedication to the individuals that we serve. So just a quick little overview of what's going on in Tennessee. We're thawing out, and next week will be bright and sunny. So thank you very much.
And I also want to follow that up and give a nice shout out to Dwayne and Amanda and Tom, who have driven endlessly throughout this weather this week to pick up staff and get them to homes and make sure that all the folks we support were adequately supported. So much gratitude. Thank you.
Well, we thank you for that. And, Heather and Josh and many others up in Memphis and Bartlett area have done the same. That's the part about being a team. We all got to pull together and get the end result, which is the best care that we can provide the individuals. And that's what we're always going to strive to do here.
Absolutely. And again, thank you to all the DSPs who are coming in and, battling the weather and for all of our administrative staff and management team that's volunteering to get out there and help ensure the safety of our staff members get to and from. It's much appreciated. Okay, so Tennessee, I think we wrapped it up pretty good and we did a great job. Ms. Terry, you're spot on as always. Love it. All right, so now we're going to turn this over and send this to the Calm and the Collective, Miss Cynthia Wilson in Virginia.
Thank you so much, Tanya. My name is Cynthia Wilson. Good afternoon. I'm the HR rep, office manager here at St. John's in Virginia. I've been at St. John's for about 10 years. My background has been in the medical field. I attended and completed a nursing program in the District of Columbia. I've worked for Blue Cross Blue Shield, Group Health, and oversaw a daily operation of a university student health center. I've enjoyed my relationship with staff, clients, family, and members and our different vendors. In my position, I'm responsible for seeing that bills are paid, along with developing new and continued relationships with external and internal persons within our state or other states. As we have been forced to face the COVID epidemic over the last year, I have taken or expanded one of my job responsibilities closer to heart. While I haven't lost a family member to this disease, it has touched and impacted me personally. As I was diagnosed with COVID in October, we in Virginia have lost 2 strong and dedicated DSPs to this illness. We, your HR team here at St. John's and the senior management, senior leadership have established a COVID support team that's there to provide a support for our staff and their families during these difficult and tough times by providing calls to you, sending cards, and even sending out gift baskets. I myself have decided to become a drum major for better health for me and the employees of St. John's Community Services. This support shouldn't apply just while we're working in our group homes, our day programs, our supported employment, or even in the administrative offices, but a total person effort. It is something we all should apply to our everyday life. As an employee of St. John's Community Services, you are enrolled in our EAP, which is our Employee Assistance Program, at no cost to you. You can seek their assistance by calling them, and they're available at 1-800-854-1446, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. We as an organization with support from our health insurance carrier take pride in offering workshops and programs that you can participate in as well. One such being what's called Blue 365. It features discount deals on gym memberships, purchasing of athletic shoes, and much more. Then we have the Healthy Goals program also. I want to applaud the effort of the DC team as they have taken the leap or the leadership in offering Zoom sessions that focus on health to the total SJCS family. They've done sessions on cooking, relaxation, listening to music, and even a sing-along. At this time, I want to introduce to you Bethany Mosley, a member of our VA recruitment team. I do need to insert here that we are in the process of conducting a COVID clinic right here in our VA office. So I may have to change this process a little bit. Our state director is not available at this time, but would like to ask that George would give the update in regards to the state of Virginia, and then I will be able to bring Bethany in for her completion.
Yeah, so Cynthia was just saying that are conducting the second of three vaccination clinics at the office. And as Rich mentioned earlier, over 30 staff have received the vaccine and over 20 of the individuals we support. So it's a really great start. Kwaku also wanted to share, we are looking at having a woman join our ladies at our home at West Boulevard, I think beginning March 1st. We've had an empty bed there for a little bit of time and are looking forward to having that filled. House is going through some renovation at this point with some painting and flooring and roof work that's being done. And I think there's gonna be some work done on the bathroom as well to make it a little bit more accessible for the young lady who will be moving in. Kwaku also wanted to share that throughout the state, embracing enabling technology and really making a commitment to that. They have just converted all the TVs in the homes. This is through a grant we got, actually a COVID-related grant, to smart TVs so they can begin participating on some of the Zoom events that we're featuring throughout the organization. And I don't know what the numbers are, but I do want to follow up because he said right now our job placement numbers are among the best in the state, for people that we're supporting. So I'm interested in following up on that when he's back in town. So those are the highlights, and I don't know who goes next.
I was hoping that Bethany would join us, but she is the receptionist at the front desk at the current time, checking in our clients. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to the cool Christy from New York, where she's the state office manager there. You're on, Christy.
Thank you, Cynthia. Yep, so I'm the office manager and the HR rep for New York. I've been with the company for almost 2.5 years. And I actually have a similar story to Miss Terry. I was also approached by someone I used to work with to come work with this great organization, Mr. Rich Bennett. I thank you so much for this opportunity. Over the last several months, Working with the HR team has been very new to me, but it has been a great experience. And every day I'm learning something new from our team. And I'm excited to see where St. John's goes in the coming years and also my continued growth with the company. I'm going to talk briefly about timekeeping and schedules in Paycom. I'm sure you all know, but I want to remind everyone and stress the importance of accuracy and the timeliness of entering punch changes. It's really important that all hourly staff are keeping track of their time cards on a daily basis, if not at the end of each week, making sure that there's no errors and making those errors corrected whenever you can. When you create a request, make sure you're paying close attention to the dates. This is especially for the overnight staff. Oftentimes when you miss your punch out when you're creating a request, the date that you put in there is often for the date you start your shift, and it needs to be for the following day. So just make sure that you're paying close attention to the dates. Managers, you should be checking the request on Paycom on a regular basis and making sure that these are all up to date. Every employee should be approving their own time cards so that their manager can approve and be sent off to payroll. These approvals allow payroll to know that the managers as well as the employees both agree to the hours to be paid for that time period. All the final approvers need to be sure they're reviewing all time cards before approving, making sure overtime is calculated correctly and that salaried employees only have a total of 80 hours. If you're a salaried employee and you're working as a DSP, you need to be sure that you're using the salary to rate pay code, and the final approvers, if you notice that is incorrect, you'll need to delete that approval by that employee and reach out to them for them to fix that as soon as possible. It's really up to all employees to take ownership and maintain accuracy of their time cards. And any questions concerning your time card should be sent to the managers. If for any reason you're not getting a response from your manager, you can email payroll@sjcs.org. So it's not mandatory, but we do recommend and encourage that anyone that is receiving a paper check to sign up for direct deposit. This will prevent a delay in receiving your pay statements. Related to time off, before you put in a request, you want to make sure that you actually have the time available, and you can do this by selecting accruals under the time off request tab or under the hours available under the request time off. And just make sure that you're giving enough notice so that your shifts can be covered and are moved to the job board. All managers should be continuing to check the time off request notification tab each week so that these requests aren't getting missed. All hourly staff should be checking the job boards often, every day, and especially subs. Subs should have the first choice in picking up all these shifts. And if you're having any issues picking up shifts on the job board, please make sure you're reaching out to your staffing coordinator and or manager. If you feel like you need a refresher or you haven't seen it yet, we do have a Zoom link for the Paycom employee training. And we may also have the manager training also available. So do reach out if you would like to have this. And now I'd like to introduce our great state director, Roy, and my fellow Bills fan for some New York news.
Thanks, Christy. And I would just like to thank you for that update, and thanks everyone who's talked about from HR who's talked. It's been very informative and doing a great job. I can speak for New York and I think maybe a little bit for Christy. She may have mentioned it, that this whole HR business is fairly new to her. But she has embraced it and really done a terrific job. So we thank you and applaud you, Christy. Thank you so much. So a quick little update from New York State. Janine, who I believe is on the call and brings us donations on pretty much on a weekly basis. I would like to say that yesterday she dropped off boots and coats and shoes. We had someone who showed up today who really needed a pair of size 13 shoes. And believe it or not, yesterday, Janine showed up at the shelter with size 13 shoes. So thank you so much. A little bit of, I'm not sure what was working there, but it worked. And this gentleman now has a pair of shoes. So thank you, Janine. Just a couple of updates in terms of the vaccines. I know that I talked a little bit about it last week, but we have partnered with a fellow not-for-profit in Tompkins County that does medical work. And although it hasn't shown up in our vaccine numbers, they're actually coming into the shelter and offering vaccines on a weekly basis. And they were here for the first time yesterday. And so I don't have the numbers yet, exactly how many were here, but I think it was somewhere between 10 and 15 of our clients, people that we serve, that were actually had access to and received the vaccine yesterday. More on that next week as this program develops. Another new sort of initiative that we're taking here in New York is that we're beginning to do a little bit more case management. Now, most of you know, we've sort of, if you were here for the tour, you know that our shelter is rather small. It only shelters 20 people at most. During COVID, it's only been 10. But we currently have about 110 people in shelter. So those extra 100 folks who are in shelter are in hotels. And with COVID, COVID sort of forces us to isolate, right? And if you are homeless, oftentimes people that are homeless are sort of isolators. They're self-isolators. And so oftentimes they can be stuck in a hotel, have very little access to interaction. So our case managers, we have two, and I don't know if they're on the call here right now, but Kate and Tara are our two case managers. They're going to begin to work with DSS and go up to the hotels and actually bring case management to the folks at the hotels. So it's something brand new. It's rather exciting. The idea obviously is to get people out of homelessness and into housing. And oftentimes that takes a lot of hard work from people, not only at DSS, but our caseworkers to make the right connections to make that happen. So that's starting to happen. It's going to happen this week, and we're pretty excited about that. So that's all from upstate New York, Ithaca, New York. We'll keep you posted.
Thank you, Roy. So now I'm going to introduce one of the other SOMs who I often reach out to for help and support, the cheerful Kathy, who's the manager for DC.
Thank you, Christy. Hi, everybody. My name is Kathy Landis. I am the HR rep, office manager for Delaware and DC locations. I am new in this role for DC. I've been in it for about 6 months now. I've had the pleasure of meeting with some of you and working with some of you, and I thank you for the warm welcome that the DC team gave me. And for those of you that I haven't had the opportunity to meet yet, I do look forward to that. I've been working for St. John's for about 13 years now. I started as the office manager in Pennsylvania back in 2008. And then I expanded my services to Delaware when they opened up services in 2015. I currently live in Philadelphia. I have been working remotely from my home office here in the back bedroom of my house for about 2 years now when the Pennsylvania office closed. So during that time, I remained on as the office manager for Delaware. Also provided some administrative support for HR tasks in DC for Renita. So I want to give a big shout out to Renita. She is rad and she is radiant, and she has been my HR role model for some time now. So I knew I had some big shoes to fill when I came on board for DC, but it's been a very exciting opportunity so far, and I'm happy that I'm able to do what I like to do, and that is helping people, and I enjoy doing that on a larger scale. Also have to send a special thank you to my girl Cherie. Cherie is a mover and a shaker. She was able to help me jumpstart some of the projects that I had initially here in DC, and I couldn't have done things without her. She's still my support and my transition, and I'm very grateful for Cherie. That being said, I'd also like to highlight the hard work that the Delaware managers do to keep the program in Delaware running smoothly every day on the ground. That is Laura Sturmel and Lisa Sylvain. With the oversight of John Jackson, things are running good there. So thank you all. And what I want to say next is that, I'm really appreciative to be here. Working for St. John's has been and continues to be an amazing experience. Being part of an organization made up of passionate, caring people that are driven by our mission. It's just something that I am so proud to be a part of. And thank you all. Thank you to all the staff for your dedication and your commitment to help our participants to live their best lives. And how you are there for the people that we support. I am here for you to provide your HR and your personnel needs. So please give me a call. My number is 215-669-0807 or email me at clandis@sjcs.org. So right now, I would like to just take a few minutes to talk about Paycom and the importance of maintaining your information in Paycom. So first up is just your personal information, and it only takes a minute. Just you would go into your Paycom app and pull up your information. You want to make sure that it's all accurate. From time to time, your address and phone number and emails may change. Just remember to please update it there. At the very bottom of that page in Paycom is your emergency contacts. Very important that you have somebody assigned there in case you would get ill at work or you would be injured on the job. We would need to get in touch with somebody. So beneficiaries. I talked about this a couple weeks ago. This is another area that's very important. If you are enrolled in our principal retirement plan, or if you have a life insurance policy through St. John's, please designate a beneficiary or beneficiaries. It's very important. And keep in mind, if you may have signed somebody up when we had ADP, they may not have transferred over. That information may not be in Paycom. So you want to make sure that you're going into the benefits tab and look under beneficiaries and dependents. And that is where you would find them or add them. And also, you might want to change them from time to time. Who you had signed up last year might not be the same person that you would want to be your beneficiary this year. So it's important to be mindful to change that and update that from time to time. And then finally, what I want to talk about is the new feature that we have in Paycom. Precious mentioned this a little earlier, and this is for tracking vaccinations. So the document file on your Paycom app is where you would be able to upload medical documents, your vaccinations, for one. So all you do is take a picture of your vaccination card and you save it to a file. You go to your Paycom app and go to your documents, and then you would add document and then find that file and upload it. Your HR representative will receive a notification when that happens. We'll be able to go in there and document the dates and click on something that will allow us to pull reports so that we have this information for tracking. So it's very important to follow those procedures. They were sent a couple times via ESCOM, and they were also sent out to the managers to help the staff with guiding them if they have any questions. So if you do have any questions about that, please feel free to call me or email me or contact your supervisors for that, that guidance with that. You can also use that medical upload document for doctor's notes. So if you're, you've been out sick from work, an FMLA, or, just out sick and have to return with a doctor's note, you can use it for the same purpose and document, add your document there. You have access to it, we have access to it, and we're able to track it. So it's a really good tool. And I know we'll be rolling out additional tools in Paycom. So more to come on that. So right now, before I turn it over to the other HR staff for DC, I would like to introduce the sensational Sino, our powerful Precious. So take it over, Precious.
I'm telling you, the amount of love and adjectives and verbs that really go along with me are really boosting me up. Last year, subtle, we're humble, now sensational. Just keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. So just really quick, I wanted to just highlight a major accomplishment for us here at St. John's Community Services. We applied to participate in a accreditation program called SHIFT, SHIFT, and that accreditation process, it allows us to be identified as an accredited agency in the space of enabling technology and as a tech-first agency. Let me tell you something. For us to get into the program was phenomenal, but once all the beautiful volunteers that signed up and those who were voluntold, we thank you just the same. But for everybody who signed up to participate in the shift that will represent St. John's in its journey to be the only multi-state provider in all service lines to be accredited as an enabling technology and tech-first agency. So I have to begin with the end in mind for you. So while we got in, we're excited, we're already celebrating in advance the fact that we will be that only provider. So it starts next month. We have selected all of the people, or you have selected yourself, whichever way works for you, all the people who are engaged in it, and then we will start next month with going through the curriculum. So in each state, we have a leader. In each state, we will have an accredited navigator. So those are the people who show you how to get around. They are your enabling technology GPS folks. So we have selected those, and then we have 10% of our other staff, including DSPs, managers, team leaders, and the like, employment specialists that have signed up and will participate in this very vigorous process to become accredited. So I want to thank you in advance and just get excited about the opportunity that this will take us through and how all our services will align with Tech First. And thank you so much. That's all I have for today.
Precious, I don't think I'd heard the word vigorous when you first asked for volunteers. I'll let it go for now.
Okay, I'll take it. Next week, we'll talk about it.
Okay, thank you, Precious. And now I am going to turn it over to DC's darling dear Denise Johnson. Denise has been the administrative assistant in DC for many years now, and she's a big help to me. And I know she provides a lot of support to the other managers as well. She wears many hats and she's always willing to help out. So, dearest Denise, you got it.
All right, thank you, Kathy. All right, good afternoon, everybody. I've been at St. John's for 16 years. And during that time, I have worked under 4 CEOs, 6 state directors, and 7 office managers. I'm responsible for maintaining the front desk, assisting staff with whatever may come my way and whatever they may need, helping Kathy with the potential new hire process and background screenings and orientation,
And my favorite thing is before COVID was to just come to work and bother my coworkers. That made my day. It may not have made their day, but it made my day. And I love y'all, and y'all know I miss you. And to the staff that's working in the homes, I want to thank you for calling me and checking on me to make sure I was okay. I do appreciate that.
We love you, Miss Denise.
We love you, Nene.
We love you, Miss Denise.
We love you, Miss Denise.
We love you.
Love you, Miss Denise.
Love you.
Miss Denise.
Come on, give her some virtual hug.
Yeah.
Love you, Miss Denise.
We love you.
Miss Denise.
Love you.
Together, girl.
Love you, Miss Denise. Thank y'all. Now it's time. I got it together now. Now it's time for me to get y'all back. It's time for them health certificates, and y'all know they done expired. So make sure you get it straightened out now. Get it straightened out. And the process is the same way to upload it that Kathy said about the vaccination. So get right. I ain't gonna call no names, but you will get an SCOM.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you for that. That was very touching. And yes, same way that I talked about uploading the medical, the vaccination and any doctor's notes. There is also the option to upload your health certificate, your annual health certificate. So, like I said, we're rolling out processes that are going to make it easier for all of us. So, that's one of them. So please do that. That is an annual requirement, and it's a lot for HR to keep track of that for so many people. So, be mindful of when you're coming up on expiration and get to the doctors to get that taken care of. Thank you. And now I am going to turn it over to our dynamic Dymonia. She manages the recruitment dashboard and the application screening for Delaware and DC. So Diamond, you're up.
Thank you, Catherine. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. I will start with sharing a little bit about myself, and then we'll jump into a little bit of the work that we're doing on the recruitment side and some of the exciting developments we have in store for talent and acquisition. So I started with St. John's in college. I think I was a sophomore in college, and I was working predominantly between DC and Virginia, supporting Kim Walker, who is one of the program directors in Washington, DC, and Kwaku and Miss Cynthia in Virginia with some of the behind the scenes work with service authorizations and things like that. And so I got my degree in 2015 in economics. So my background is primarily data science and policy and research and all those fun things. And then I decided to join St. John's full-time as a recruiter. And the goal really is to rework and to reimagine some of the ways that we can really get great people on our team, because we understand intimately that the team and the people who work in the organization, they really make it, right? They affect every component of it, from your budget to your costs to your losses to the quality of the programs that we're able to create and facilitate for our individuals who we serve, and all the other demographics of people nested within the St. John's community across all 5 of the states. And so it's really exciting work. It's hard work. There's a lot of work that goes behind it, a lot of trial and error. And the HR team has been phenomenal in just taking things on the chin as they come and adapting and just reworking and redesigning and just spending the time and putting in the hours to figure out how to make our new system as efficient as possible. And so with that, I guess we'll share a little bit about some of the things we have with recruiting. So aside from just the work that I do in DC and Delaware to get new people on board, we have really begun to expand our professional network. And so one of the ways we've been doing that is by tapping into the college and just greater community of the states and cities that we're in. So this upcoming Thursday, we have our first career fair with Howard University. And next month, March 30th, we'll have another with Trinity in Washington, DC. And our goal is to tap into those networks across all 5 of the states, just to ensure that we are not missing anyone wherever they are. And we know that universities and community programs can be a great medium to get people who understand and who's competent on some of the things that we're beginning to value, which is technology, right? They have more experience navigating, computers and all those things. And the generation, I guess, we're just more a little tech savvy. So it'll be a great way to ensure that we're able to tap into those really great quality networks of people. And in addition to that, we are also standardizing our interview process. And so over the coming weeks, you guys will begin to learn more about some of the ways that we're transforming our interview process, just to ensure that we're holding everyone who we bring on to St. John's at every level of the organization to the same standard of excellence and of commitment and compassion. This field and the work we do requires so much compassion, especially for the people we serve, and then also patience to work alongside your colleagues to get the work done. So we will be standardizing some of those processes, looking, which will look like the recruitment and hire procedures, all the way down to the questions, down to the training, and just really kind of digging in and making sure that we're reworking and making sure that our systems are working effectively. And so I don't have anything else. We do have trainings and things that we were planning to conduct in March for those of you who may not be familiar with Paycom or who may not be familiar with some of the new things that we're implementing for talent acquisition. And so just keep an eye out for those notifications and those meeting invitations for you to join and learn more and ask your questions and kind of get more of a hands-on virtual guidance through the Paycom software. And we're also going to begin to use the data that we have from Paycom once we input all the right things, right? This programming only works if the inputs are correct. Otherwise, you'll get an error code. It's a funny coding joke. Okay, I'm sorry, didn't land. But we'll begin to use the data from Paycom to dictate our developments and to dictate the things that we invest in and how we redesign our program. So it won't be so much so opinion-based. It'll be much more on what does the data say, what's best practice, what historically has worked and has not worked for us uniquely, but then also across the industry, right? So just really standardizing and making our new procedures more foundational in the work we do. Very exciting. But yes, that is all from me. And I believe I am going to pass it to someone else, but I believe Catherine is also going to introduce them. So I'm just going to give it back to Catherine. And yeah.
Thanks, Dimonia. That was great. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. And now I am going to turn it over to our brilliant and bright Director of Operations, Ms. Brittany Goodwin. She will be giving us the Delaware and the DC state update.
Hello, everyone. I do love adjectives. I was wondering what was going to be said. So I'm going to make my state updates very brief. So for Delaware and DC, we're doing great things. That's it. Mic drop. No, but really, okay. So, and I want to highlight in DC, we have started to register our folks for vaccinations, which is pretty big. We have already registered, I believe, 11 people for right now. But as of March 1st, eligibility criteria has changed where they're allowing the intellectual disability diagnosis to be an eligible diagnosis for them to be eligible for the vaccination. So we'll be able to vaccinate more of our folks and not just the 65 and older population. We're also continuing to roll out the activity schedules. And so we've actually, Kim and her team has been doing a phenomenal job with the activity schedules. We thank everyone that has participated during the month of February, and the month of March's activity schedule was just sent out today, I believe. If it wasn't sent out, it's definitely been generated and it will be sent out today. And so we're looking for more participation from all the other states. We definitely enjoy the participants, the regular participants that we have. I call them our old faithfuls now.
but we definitely look forward to seeing new faces and getting some more old faithfuls. So look for the March activities. We do have some of the ones that we had last month, like John's cooking segment, which is hilarious, but this time he's going to do breakfast. We still have Zumba. We have the beaded bracelets. We have Steve's spring cleaning. I don't know what that's going to be, but that just caught my eye. We have Dion. We have Aaron Loggins doing his sign language segment. And so we have a bunch of things definitely lined up for next month. And so please log on, sign up through Eventbrite. The event links are attached to the flyer. We look for participation from that. Also, if you have an idea or you want to teach a class yourself and you want to submit your idea, please submit that to Kim Walker. She is taking all ideas up till Monday. I believe she said Monday is the cutoff date. So if you have something that you want to get in there for April, shoot those ideas to her in an email, or you can call her if you have her phone number. I don't have her number offhand, but she's in the directory. So if you have an idea, hit her up and let her know. And I think that is all the updates for DC that I have. Delaware, I just want to mention that they are still continuing to test regularly. Delaware testing is like the highlight, not the highlight, but a big thing that's happening right now. They haven't moved into vaccinations yet, but we are definitely, Laura and Lisa are definitely working diligently and making sure that everyone is being tested, staff and participants, and happy to report, actually everyone is negative right now. And so the numbers, I think it was one that was mentioned earlier, but as of right now, as of 5 minutes ago, when I got the last update, everyone was reported negative. So that's great to hear. And that's all I have for right now.
Great. Great. Thank you, Brittany. So I think we're going to roll them back to the HR team. Renita.
All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for your time. And we're very, very respectful of everyone's time. Definitely, as you can see, HR is not a department, it's a force. So I guess we should have had 2 sessions instead of 1. But thank you all for this opportunity with HR. We're not finished as yet. We respect your time. We still have a little bit more to go. It's not so long, trust me. You're gonna enjoy it. If you don't have anywhere to go, we ask you to please stay with us. It's just gonna take us like another 20 minutes or less than that. But as the HR team, we have this platform here, and we're very grateful to everyone, the employees, but one person in particular, we're not gonna lose this opportunity and don't thank them enough and highlight this person. And the person I'm talking about is a very awesome person. And I think the ladies and everyone would agree with me. This individual, they don't like the spotlight, but we definitely have to thank them from the bottom of our heart. And it's no other than Rich. He don't like the spotlight, but Rich, we have to do this, I'm sorry. I personally admire the simplicity in Rich. Rich, he's such a humble leader. He can inspire anyone, even if you have challenges that is preventing you from becoming yourself. He will see and meet you from where you are. He just would guide you. You know, he's such a caring human being and is very considerate to others. You know, I personally want to thank Rich for the great things that he's done for HR. And I definitely want you to know that you put us in a better position to accomplish more goals. We thank you so much for that. We're very grateful. Also, just for you to know that we love you dearly. I know we say that a lot, but trust me, we love you dearly. We're always gonna call on you, but not so much anymore because you put us in a better situation. But just know that we really appreciate you from the bottom of our entire HR team heart. And on behalf of this awesome team, I just would like to say thank you very, very, very much. And last but not least, we as the HR team, we to our fellow employees, here is a little slideshow from the HR team. We just would like to show some appreciation to our St. John's family and to let everyone know that we really love all of you. Sorry to going over the time, but as you know, HR is a force. You saw the different personalities we have in HR. We're always working above and beyond, doing our best. Trust me, the ladies, if I need something for home office, Tennessee's there to help me. Virginia is there to help me. We help each other. We're a tight unit. I love all the ladies. I love everyone. I would ask you to please continue being a little patient with us. We had a lot to do. We had to pick up a lot of slacks, but we are in so much of a better place. Precious is helping us a great lot, Rich, everyone. And I just think in a couple of months, you're going to see the bigger picture. We want to thank people like George, who, always root for us. We want to thank people like Alan. We're very, very grateful as the HR team. So just want to say thank you. Love all of you all. Be patient with us. Call us at any time just to put it in a nutshell and let you know in HR, most of us receive more than 60 email every day. So a lot of times when we're not able to respond to you in 5-10 minutes, we're not ignoring it. It's just that we're a bit buried in email, but things are going to get better with the technology that we're embracing right now. So with that said, continue to shine, show your love.
I'm sorry, just really quick before you play that one. Thank you so much. Also, in the midst of trying to jam things in, I think we somehow forgot the beautiful and never bashful Beverly from finance, and just Beverly has really, and I don't know that we thank Sherry and her team enough for this. Beverly really joined the HR team for about the last year on top of doing her day job, helping drive Paycom, really holding things together and building bridges. I feel like the finance team in many ways took up the slack for HR, and as we start to get our legs back underneath us, we just really can't say enough, both about the finance team, but also about Beverly, who really has joined us every step of the way. So Bev, I think you might want to give an update on finance and specific stuff, but also just want to take the time to say thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are welcome. I don't have a lot to say. Christy said it all as it relates to Paycom and what is needed as per the timesheets. But I just want to say this team here at HR, we are so grateful to these guys that they have taken up a mantle and just ran with it. And they are such a support to everyone. I mean, even with Ronita, me and Ronita like, I don't hear rah-rah, Beth. Definitely, we come together as one and we make it happen for you guys. I'm very adamant about your paychecks. I'm very adamant about you not having to call your manager to make sure that your check is correct. I stand on that. I'll do that till it ends. I just want y'all to know that St. John's has been a great place for me. When I first came here in 2017, I was very leery, but then when Alan came on board, he had a vision, and in that vision, I'm a visionary, so I can hear him and I can see him, and because I could see him, it made me understand him. And then we added the Oasis program, and that was dear to me because I had a brother who died of AIDS. And so when they took on this community, it was very, very dear to my heart. So now it's easy for me to contribute to St. John's and give my best, my all in all. And there's times that we're working that you don't know that we're working. Like we work on Saturdays and Sundays, and especially working virtually, just to make sure that you are comfortable, and I will be your advocate every day, all day. I will be your advocate when it comes to your paycheck. So to St. John's, kudos to you. We adore you. We love you. We're here for you. We'll fight for you, and you don't have to worry about anything. Everyone have a great weekend. Mwah.
Thanks, Beverly. We appreciate you. Beverly's HR anyway. She's not even finance. She know that too.
Oh no.
She's
we have to
HR. Sorry.
It's
HR.
Ro, don't let me go Caribbean on you.
Sharing.
That's
Okay, the Gloria, come on, Gloria, come on. Give us our little slideshow for a couple of minutes, and this is us giving you love. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you everybody for sticking with us. Sorry for the length and hope it's been worth the time. And I think you'll enjoy the big ending.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. Pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. Beyond the world, beyond the children, beyond the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Well, send them your heart so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free, as God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the one to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. When you're down and out, and there seems no hope at all. But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall. Well, let's realize, oh, that a change can only come when we stand together as one. then make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Good God. All right, did you hear what I said? There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. Beyond the world, beyond the children, beyond the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me.
Thank you, Gloria. And thank you.
That was so good.
everybody.
That was awesome.
Thank you, everyone.
Wow, that was great.
That was amazing.
Great job.
Make me want to cry.
I was already
Good
crying,
memories.
y'all. I was already crying.
Wonderful. It
Oh, yeah,
came out
set the bar,
beautiful.
guys.
I got water running from my eyes, but I'm not crying.
Yeah, okay.
Let me see your face, Steve.
If we'd had more time, I would have, had a little bit different music in there for each segment, but that was Renita wanted to make sure we knew that we're together, we're one, so it worked out perfectly.
That was
HR
awesome.
team, so proud of you. Thank you. So sorry to hold everybody. I hope it was worth your time and send you into the weekend with a positive energy. Thank you, everybody, for all you do. I'll hang out for a little bit here. Have a great weekend.
All right.
I'm not
It was
crying.
well worth
Have
it,
a
Rick.
good weekend. Hard work you do. Much appreciated.
Have a great weekend. Stop crying, you're crying.
Shakira, stop crying, Shakira.
Not crying, you're crying.
Shakira's
You're
crying.
crying.
Tony, you're the one crying.